Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1975 with the Denver mint mark. At first glance, it appears to be just another copper penny, passed from hand to hand without anyone realizing its true potential. But beneath its simple appearance lies a story of rarity, minting quirks, and collector passion that transforms this humble cent into something truly special for those who understand its value. In 1975, the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies to meet the demands of a rapidly growing economy, and the Denver facility alone struck an enormous number of 1-cent coins. With so many created, it might seem impossible for any single 1975 D penny to stand out. Yet the beauty of numismatics lies in the exceptions, those rare survivors that avoid damage, avoid circulation, and avoid the common fate of ordinary coins. It is those few exceptions that collectors chase, and this date and mint mark combination has more excitement behind it than most people realize. The 1975 D penny comes from the era when 1-cent coins were still made of solid copper, a metal known not only for its beauty but also for its softness. Because of this softness, countless coins from this period became nicked, scratched, and worn down almost immediately after they entered circulation. That makes the search for well-preserved examples especially thrilling, because the number of surviving mint-state coins has grown smaller and smaller with every passing year as older cents are damaged, lost, or mixed into bulk copper bags. One of the first things collectors examine on the 1975 D penny is its strike quality. Denver traditionally produced strong strikes, but even the best mints experience worn dies, misalignment, or heavy production pressure. These conditions create subtle but meaningful differences in the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, the clarity of the lettering, and the detail of the wheat lines on the memorial building on the reverse. A sharp and fully detailed strike immediately separates an ordinary penny from an exceptional one. Condition plays an enormous role in determining the rarity of this coin. A 1975 D penny with bright original luster, minimal marks, and strong detail is considered a prize. Most circulated examples have long lost their original shine and show years of pocket wear, so when a fresh, glowing copper coin from this year appears in the market, collectors take notice immediately. A single high-grade example can command far more attention than thousands of average worn coins combined. Beyond condition, the world of mint errors is where the 1975 D penny truly becomes thrilling. The large production volume in 1975 meant machinery was pushed to its limits, and when that happens, unusual varieties can slip through. Some coins display dramatic off-center strikes that shift the entire design noticeably to one side, while others show clipped planchets where a small arc is cut from the coin because it was punched too close to the edge of the metal strip. These errors are eye-catching and instantly desirable to collectors. Another favorite error among enthusiasts is the double die variety, where the lettering or date shows shadowy doubling caused by a misalignment during die preparation. While not all double dies are bold or dramatic, even a subtle doubling on a 1975 D penny can turn a common coin into a valuable curiosity. Collectors love these pieces because each one tells the story of a moment in the minting process when precision wavered and rarity was accidentally created. Die cracks and cuds are also frequently searched for on 1975 D cents. These raised lines or missing metal sections form when the die begins to break apart during heavy use. A coin struck with a cracked die often shows jagged raised lines across the surface, and a cud forms when part of the die breaks completely, leaving a large blob of metal on the coin's rim or field. These dramatic errors are small chapters of minting history captured forever in copper. While small minting quirks are fascinating, the overall eye appeal of the coin is equally important. Collectors look not only for technical grade, but also for beauty, originality, and the overall impression a coin leaves. A 1975 D penny with smooth surfaces, glowing red color, and crisp features can easily become a centerpiece in a collection dedicated to modern Lincoln cents. eye appeal can raise a coin's desirability far beyond what the grade alone might suggest. Among the millions of coins produced, only a very tiny fraction were saved by collectors at the time. Most were spent quickly and endured decades of wear, which is why the surviving uncirculated examples are so rare today. This lack of early preservation is one of the major reasons why certain 1975 D pennies have become extremely valuable in the modern market, especially when found in pristine condition or carrying an unusual error variety. Collectors who specialize in Lincoln cents know that the Denver Mint has a long history of producing both high-quality strikes and unusual minting errors. This combination makes coins like the 1975 D penny especially fun to hunt. Each time someone opens an old jar of coins, a forgotten box in an attic, or a dusty envelope of saved pennies, there is a tiny chance that a rare variety is hidden inside waiting to be rediscovered. Professional grading has also played a major role in shaping the value of the 1975 D penny. Certified coins that receive high mint state grades are viewed with greater trust and legitimacy. A certified coin shows buyers exactly what they are getting and adds a level of transparency to the market. This has pushed the highest graded examples into impressive price ranges and strengthened demand among serious collectors who want guaranteed authenticity. The copper composition of this penny adds another layer of appeal. Copper coins age beautifully and develop deep chocolate tones or rich red hues depending on how they were stored. Collectors appreciate the warm color and natural beauty of copper coins, especially when the surfaces remain smooth and glossy. A well-preserved copper coin is often admired not only for rarity but also for its aesthetic charm. The historical context of the mid-1970s adds extra interest to this coin. The United States was moving past the turmoil of earlier years, industries were evolving, and the country was preparing for major shifts in both economy and culture. Coins from this era reflect a nation transitioning into a new chapter, making them fascinating time capsules for those who appreciate history as much as numismatics. Searching for a valuable 1975 D penny also appeals to treasure hunters who enjoy the thrill of the unknown. Every coin roll, every old collection, every family jar of pennies has the potential to hold something extraordinary. The excitement of hunting keeps collectors engaged, always hoping that the next coin pulled from circulation might be a rare variety that escaped notice for decades. The 1975 D penny has gained increasing attention from collectors in recent years as more people learn about the surprising prices that top examples can achieve. Videos, auctions, and collector communities have highlighted the potential hidden value of this unassuming 1-cent coin, inspiring new collectors to look more closely at the coins they once ignored. Another reason this coin captures so much interest is its accessibility. Anyone can search for pennies without spending large amounts of money, making this hobby both exciting and affordable. Even beginners can participate in the hunt and learn the details that separate common coins from rare treasures. This sense of inclusivity keeps the community growing and adds to the enduring popularity of Lincoln cents. While billions were minted, the limited number of high-grade examples and valuable error varieties ensures that top-quality 1975 D pennies will always be in demand. Rarity is not always about small mintage numbers. It is sometimes about survival rates, condition rarity, and unique characteristics that set certain coins apart from the rest. Collectors often say that the joy of numismatics lies not only in the value of a coin, but also in the story behind it. The 1975 D penny tells a story of American history, minting technology, mass production, unexpected errors, and the amazing way ordinary objects can become extraordinary treasures. Each rare example represents a journey through decades of circulation and rediscovery, and now we arrive at the moment that captures everyone's attention, the point where rarity and condition combine to create remarkable value. A truly exceptional United States of America 1-cent coin from 1975 with the Denver Mint mark, preserved in extraordinary mint state condition and displaying special characteristics such as rare errors or exceptional eye appeal, has reached an astonishing value of $65,000. Second rare coin. One of the most intriguing discoveries comes from a year many collectors overlook, 1982. At first glance, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1982 looks like an ordinary penny that has passed through countless hands, pockets, and drawers. But in reality, this coin hides secrets that continue to excite collectors even decades later. The transition year of 1982 created unexpected varieties, metal changes, and rare pieces that have become the focus of treasure hunters who truly understand the hidden value behind this iconic Lincoln cent. The year 1982 is one of the most important years in the entire history of the Lincoln cent because it was the year the composition of the penny changed from copper to a copper-plated zinc planchet. Before 1982, pennies were made primarily of copper, giving them weight, richness, and a unique metallic tone. But due to rising copper prices, the mint began producing pennies with zinc cores coated in copper. This sudden switch created multiple design and metal variations that collectors now search for with great enthusiasm. Because of the transition, the mint produced 8 different varieties of the 1982 cent. There were copper coins, zinc coins, large date versions, and small date versions spanning both compositions. These varieties were struck in both Philadelphia and Denver, making this year one of the most complex and exciting for collectors who love to search for differences in lettering, spacing, and weight. Each of these varieties carries its own level of rarity, and some combinations are far more valuable than others. The most famous of these varieties is the 1982D small date copper cent, a coin so rare that only a tiny handful have ever been authenticated. Most 1982D pennies were made of zinc, which makes the copper version an astonishing mistake from the mint. The discovery of this rarity sent shockwaves through the coin collecting community because it proved that extremely valuable coins can still hide in everyday change. Stories like this one keep collectors hopeful every time they examine another penny from 1982. Collectors also search carefully for the difference between large and small date versions. The small date design has a more delicate and balanced look, with the numbers spaced slightly differently and the shape of the two in the year appearing narrower and more elegant. These small details might seem insignificant to the average person, but to collectors they represent the fine distinctions that separate common varieties from those that can become true treasures in the numismatic world. Another reason the 1982 penny is so intriguing is the weight difference between copper and zinc planchets. Copper cents weigh 3.11 grams while zinc cents weigh 2.5 grams, making a simple scale one of the most important tools for collectors who want to identify rare varieties. Because weight is the key to determining composition, it is also the key to discovering whether a coin might be one of the extremely rare transitional errors that can elevate the value of a penny dramatically. Mint errors from 1982 also add another layer of excitement to the search. Off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, broad strikes, and clipped planchets are frequently found on coins from this year due to the high production volume and constant changes in equipment settings. Each error tells a unique story about the minting process and gives collectors a special piece of history that escaped quality control during a year of transition and experimentation. Among the error varieties, double dies and die breaks tend to draw the most attention. The double die effect can cause the motto, date, or lettering to appear doubled, creating a shadow or ghosting that collectors love. A strong double die on a transitional year like 1982 becomes especially desirable because it combines historical interest with visual appeal. Die cracks, on the other hand, create raised lines or dramatic blobs of metal that make each coin one of a kind, turning imperfections into works of art for collectors who appreciate mint-made anomalies. The eye appeal of the coin also plays a major role in its desirability. A well-preserved 1982 cent with glowing original luster can stand out immediately among thousands of circulated examples. Whether copper or zinc, coins that maintain their sharp strike, clear details, and attractive surfaces become increasingly valuable as years pass and more worn examples disappear from circulation. The hunt for high-grade pieces keeps collectors engaged and always hopeful for that exceptional find. The Denver Mint and Philadelphia Mint both produced hundreds of millions of pennies in 1982, and their different minting processes created subtle distinctions in appearance. Philadelphia coins lacked mint marks that year, while Denver coins carried the familiar D mark. Collectors pay attention to these details because certain rare varieties only appear in specific mint locations. Learning which varieties belong to which mint is an essential skill for anyone hoping to uncover the rarest treasures from 1982 because of the multiple varieties, error possibilities, and composition changes. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC have seen significant interest in 1982 cents. High-grade examples of any variety are getting harder to find, especially copper coins, which tend to develop carbon spots or environmental damage over time. When a 1982 cent survives in superb uncirculated condition, its visual quality alone can make it highly appealing to advanced collectors. The historical significance of the year adds another dimension to the story of this coin. The early 1980s were marked by economic challenges, high inflation, and major changes in manufacturing and material costs. The decision to switch the penny's composition reflected not just coin production efficiencies, but also broader economic pressures affecting industries nationwide. Owning a 1982 penny becomes a way to hold a piece of that transformative moment in American history. Collectors also appreciate the educational value of studying 1982 cents. They offer a perfect introduction to variety identification, metal testing, and error spotting. Beginners can learn a tremendous amount simply by comparing copper and zinc coins side by side, weighing them, examining the date styles, and learning how to identify anomalies. This makes the 1982 penny one of the best starting points for new collectors. Finding a rare 1982 penny today feels like finding a hidden treasure because the vast majority of these coins have been heavily circulated or damaged. Yet every so often a jar of old change or a forgotten roll of pennies reveals something extraordinary, and that possibility fuels the excitement of collectors everywhere. The thrill of discovery is what keeps this hobby alive and thriving, especially when a coin as unassuming as a penny can hold such extraordinary value. The uniqueness of the 1982 transition year ensures that collectors will always be searching for new varieties and studying minor differences. With each discovery, the story of this coin becomes richer and more intriguing. The combination of copper and zinc planchets, multiple date styles, and rare mint errors creates an endless source of fascination for those who love unraveling numismatic mysteries, even decades after they were produced. 1982 cents continue to appear in circulation occasionally, which keeps collectors on constant alert. Every penny found in pocket change becomes a potential treasure, and this sense of possibility makes 1982 one of the most engaging years for collecting Lincoln cents. The fact that such a valuable variety can still hide among everyday coins adds to the magic of the hunt. The high-value discoveries associated with 1982 pennies have inspired collectors worldwide to take a closer look at the small details that many people overlook. This renewed interest has made the 1982 cent one of the most discussed modern coins in the hobby. The year carries mystery, excitement, and the promise that something extraordinary might still be out there waiting to be found. The appeal of the 1982 penny also lies in its simple beauty. Whether made of copper or zinc, each coin carries the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner. This timeless design has endured for generations and continues to connect collectors with American history and artistry. The elegance of the portrait and the familiar memorial reverse make every 1982 penny visually meaningful as well as historically valuable. With so many varieties, error possibilities, and composition changes all occurring in a single year, the 1982 cent remains one of the most exciting coins to study and collect. It offers endless learning opportunities, countless discoveries, and a powerful sense of anticipation every time a collector examines another penny. The legacy of this coin proves that even the smallest pieces of change can hold incredible stories and astonishing value. And now we reach the part collectors wait for most, the point where rarity, condition, and historical importance all come together to reveal just how valuable the rarest examples of this coin can be. A truly exceptional United States of America 1-cent coin from 1982, displaying the right combination of variety, error, and superb preservation, has reached an unbelievable value of $50,000. Third expensive coin, The United States of America 1 cent coin from 1993 with the Denver Mint mark might seem like a modern and ordinary penny at first glance, but once collectors take a closer look, they discover that this small copper-plated coin carries far more mystery, excitement, and hidden value than most people expect. This particular year produced some fascinating varieties, rare mint errors, and high-grade survivors that collectors passionately search for, making the 1993 D penny one of the most underrated modern treasures still hiding in change today. The 1993 D penny belongs to the era when the United States Mint was striking billions of zinc-based cents each year to support national circulation. Although the penny had changed from copper to zinc a decade earlier, 1993 remains a standout year because of unusual transitions, tool wear, and production pressure that created unique opportunities for errors and striking anomalies. With millions of coins entering the economy, only a tiny fraction survived in pristine condition, and these rare survivors are the ones collectors chase today, even though the coin is modern. The Denver Mint's fast-paced production environment produced inconsistencies that make this year especially interesting for collectors who understand the importance of detail. Dies wore out quickly, alignment issues developed during long minting shifts, and small mistakes slipped past inspection. These factors helped create a variety of coins that are anything but ordinary and give enthusiasts a reason to examine every 1993 D penny carefully. One of the biggest challenges collectors face with 1990s pennies is the fragility of the zinc core. Unlike older copper cents, zinc coins discolor easily, corrode faster, and show damage from even the smallest scratches. That's why finding a 1993 D penny in flawless condition is so rare. Many examples develop spots, marks, or dull surfaces over the years, and the number of high-grade survivors shrinks more each decade, fueling the excitement when a stunning example appears. Collectors often begin their evaluation of a 1993 D penny by analyzing the strike quality. A strong strike reveals crisp details in Lincoln's hair, beard, and facial features, while a weak strike results in faded edges and flat areas. The Denver Mint's high production volume sometimes caused inconsistent strikes, and a sharply struck 1993 D penny immediately becomes more desirable than one that shows soft or mushy details. Strike makes all the difference when determining rarity and value. Mint errors from this year are especially thrilling for collectors because they show that even modern coins can escape the mint with dramatic mistakes. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the planchet wasn't aligned correctly, are some of the most eye-catching errors from 1993. The further the design is pushed toward the edge, the more valuable the coin becomes, particularly when both the date and mint mark remain visible. Another exciting category of errors includes broad strikes and double strikes, where the coin experiences abnormal expansion or multiple impacts during the minting process. These unusual shapes and distortions turn a regular penny into a collectible oddity that stands out immediately. When a 1993 D penny shows this level of minting drama, collectors are eager to add it to their collections because such errors offer a unique view into the complexities of high-speed coin production. Double dies are another favorite among collectors. And although strong double dies from the 1990s are less common, any example from 1993 is considered special. Doubling can appear in the date, the motto, or the lettering, producing a shadow-like effect that becomes very appealing to those who treasure visually distinct varieties. Even subtle doubling can help elevate a 1993 D penny from ordinary to extraordinary in the eyes of experienced numismatists. Die cracks, die chips, and rim breaks also appear on some 1993 D pennies due to heavy die wear during the minting year. These imperfections create raised lines, blobs, or breaks on the surface of the coin, giving each error a unique personality. A dramatic die break near Lincoln's portrait or rim can significantly increase collector interest because these features essentially capture the moment a minting tool started failing under pressure. Perhaps the most important factor of all is overall condition. A well-preserved 1993 D penny with full red luster, clean surfaces, and sharp details becomes significantly more desirable than a typical circulated example. Because zinc pennies tend to tone unevenly or develop dark patches, finding one with bright, original mint glow is exceptionally rare. This level of preservation is what separates everyday pocket change from valuable collector pieces. The back of the coin, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, also plays a major role in grading and desirability. Collectors look for crisp detail in the building columns, clear lettering, and a smooth field free of scratches. On many circulated examples, the memorial has worn down or dulled with years of handling. But on a high-grade 1993 D penny, the memorial design stands tall and detailed, showing the full artistry of the engraver's work. Another reason the 1993 D penny has gained attention is the sheer number of varieties produced due to subtle die replacements throughout the year. As dies were swapped out, tiny differences in engraving, spacing, and relief appeared. Some collectors specialize in these varieties, studying the smallest details to identify rare or unusual die states that only appear on a handful of surviving coins, adding a thrilling layer of complexity to the hunt. Many people still overlook modern pennies, especially those from the 1990s, assuming they hold no real value. But smart collectors know that rarity is not just about age, it's about condition, errors, and surviving populations. The 1993 D penny has proven this point many times as exceptional examples continue to shock collectors and auction watchers with surprisingly strong values. This growing awareness fuels the excitement surrounding this special year. Roll searching has also played a huge role in the ongoing popularity of the 1993 D penny. Enthusiasts across the country search through bank rolls, inherited jars, and boxes of old change hoping to uncover rare errors or high-grade gems. The possibility that a valuable coin could be hiding in a simple roll of pennies keeps collectors motivated, and 1993 is a year known to surprise those who take the time to look carefully because zinc cents are so easily damaged. Many collectors seek professionally graded examples to ensure authenticity and condition quality. A 1993 D penny graded at the highest mint state levels is incredibly rare, which is why certified examples command strong interest and competitive bidding. Owning a high-grade specimen from this year is considered a point of pride among collectors of modern Lincoln cents. This coin also holds a special place in the timeline of the Lincoln cent series because it represents an era of economic transition in the United States. The early 1990s brought technological advancements, financial changes, and shifts in production methods, all reflected subtly in the mint's output. As a result, the coins from this period are not just common change, they are historical snapshots from a decade that shaped modern America. The visual appeal of the 1993 D penny adds to its growing desirability. A perfectly preserved zinc cent with full red color is one of the most striking sights in modern numismatics. Collectors often remark that the shine on a high-grade penny from this era can rival even older copper coins. The brighter and cleaner the coin, the more dramatic its presence becomes, making it a centerpiece in any Lincoln cent collection, despite being a relatively recent coin. The 1993 D penny continues to become scarcer each year as more examples corrode, tarnish, or get damaged. Time is not kind to zinc coins, and this gradual decline ensures that the number of premium survivors will only shrink further. This natural rarity growth means that today's well-preserved pieces will become tomorrow's prized collectibles, and enthusiasts understand the importance of securing them now. Collectors who appreciate the thrill of the hunt often look at the 1993 D penny as an exciting reminder that treasure can still be found in everyday life. Whether in a pocket, a piggy bank, a forgotten jar, or a roll of coins from the bank, the potential to discover something valuable is always there. This ongoing sense of mystery is what makes coin collecting such a rewarding and addictive hobby for people of all ages. And now, as we reach the exciting conclusion of our journey through the history, rarity, and beauty of this remarkable coin, we turn to the question that collectors always ask: how much can the finest and rarest examples of this coin be worth? A truly exceptional United States of America 1 cent coin from the year 1993 with the Denver mint mark, preserved at the highest level and showcasing extraordinary features or errors, has achieved an impressive value of $30,000. Especially We're diving deep into its background, secrets, and the surprising value it can reach in the world of coin collecting. Back in 1963, the United States Mint was working at full speed to meet the country's booming economic demand. With millions of dollars in circulation and a growing population, coins were needed everywhere, and the Denver Mint became a major hub for producing everyday currency like the 1-cent coin. The 1963 D-penny is part of the famous Lincoln Memorial series, which had only been in production for a few years. Collectors love these coins because they represent a transition within American coinage, blending classic tradition with a modern design that became iconic for decades. Though billions of 1963 D-pennies were minted, only a tiny fraction of them are special enough to be worth more than their face value. What sets them apart isn't just their age, but their condition, rarity, and unique features that collectors treasure. The Denver Mint mark, the small D placed beneath the date, serves as the identifier that distinguishes this coin from the Philadelphia issue. For collectors, the mint mark alone doesn't create value, but it begins the story of a coin's journey and the factors that determine its worth. Condition is the ultimate game changer. Most 1963 D-pennies spent years circulating through everyday transactions, collecting scratches, dings, and loss of luster. But a select few avoided the wear of time, stored in rolls, sets, or forgotten jars, preserving their original shine. When a coin survives in pristine condition, showing off its original mint red color and crisp details, collectors immediately take notice. The difference between a worn coin and an untouched one can be dramatic, sometimes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Another key factor is the strength of the strike. Some 1963 D-pennies were struck with such force and clarity that even Abraham Lincoln's tiniest details, like the strands of hair, stand out sharply. These high-quality strikes often attract serious collector interest. Errors and varieties add another layer of rarity. A double die, a repunched mint mark, or an off-center strike can turn an ordinary penny into an extraordinary discovery. Coin errors are accidental masterpieces created by the minting process, and collectors flock to them because each one is unique. The metal composition of the 1963 D-penny also carries historical significance. These coins were still made from a bronze alloy containing copper, tin, and zinc, giving them a distinctive reddish glow that modern zinc pennies simply don't possess. By 1963, the nation was experiencing political change and cultural transformation. Coins from this era feel like tiny pieces of American memory, linking us to a time of hope, innovation, and shifting identity. That sense of nostalgia adds emotional value for collectors. Even the Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse has its own historical resonance. For many Americans, the Lincoln Memorial is a symbol of unity, strength, and the ongoing fight for equality. Capturing that monument on a 1-cent coin gives the piece the deeper meaning beyond money. The lifespan of a penny is surprisingly long, but very few survive the decades without damage. That's why uncirculated 1963 D-pennies are so rare today. They've endured years of handling, yet some still remain in original condition, untouched and brilliant. Collectors often search roll after roll hoping to find a hidden gem. They understand that while billions were made, only a microscopic percentage are flawless enough to make a true numismatic impact. And sometimes, after years of searching, a once-in-a-lifetime coin emerges. Stories of rare 1963 D-pennies appearing in old family collections, estate sales, or inherited boxes are not uncommon. Many were saved unknowingly, tucked away by someone who never realized they were preserving a future treasure. The excitement of discovering a coin like this is unmatched. It's not just the potential monetary reward, it's the thrill of holding a piece of American history that escaped the wear of time and survived to shine in the present. As coin grading technology has improved, collectors now have better ways to evaluate the quality of these coins. High-grade 1963 D-pennies often go through professional certification, earning labels that document their rarity and beauty. When a coin achieves a top-tier grade, it becomes the center of attention at auctions, drawing bids from serious collectors nationwide. The competition that follows often pushes prices to astonishing highs. The market for rare Lincoln cents continues to grow, especially for coins that show brilliance, exceptional strike quality, and rare varieties. Every year, more collectors discover the hobby and begin searching for coins exactly like the 1963 D penny, and now we arrive at the part you've been waiting for. Among the highest graded examples, with perfect condition and exceptional preservation, some rare specimens of the 1963 D 1 cent coin have reached an unbelievable value of $365,000. Last unique coin, the United States of America 1 cent coin from 1971 with the Denver mint mark, may seem like an ordinary penny, but collectors know that behind its simple copper surface lies a world of surprises, rarity, and unexpected value. This year produced some of the most intriguing coins of the early 1970s, and today the 1971 D penny is gaining attention for its unusual errors, stunning high-grade survivors, and the stories these small pieces of history carry with them. The deeper you look at this coin, the more fascinating it becomes. The year 1971 was an important time for American coin production. The Denver Mint was working at full speed to meet the demands of a growing economy, striking billions of pennies that would circulate across the nation. With so many coins being produced, the minting process was constantly under pressure, and this led to the creation of several unexpected varieties and errors that collectors now search for with immense enthusiasm. Even with a massive mintage, only a tiny fraction of coins from this year stand out as valuable treasures today. One of the most interesting things about the 1971 D penny is that it comes from the era when pennies were still made of solid copper. This gives the coin a rich color, a satisfying weight, and a natural shine that collectors truly appreciate. Over time, many of these coins have darkened or lost their original brightness, but a beautifully preserved example from this year still glows with that classic copper brilliance that feels both nostalgic and rare. Collectors often begin their study of the 1971 D penny by examining the strength of the strike. The Denver Mint was known for strong, crisp strikes, but during high-pressure production periods, some coins display weak details in Lincoln's hair, beard, and facial features. A sharply struck coin is immediately more desirable, and when combined with smooth surfaces and full luster, it becomes a high-grade gem that collectors compete fiercely to own. Condition is one of the most important factors affecting the value of a 1971 D penny. A coin that has survived for decades without scratches, dents, spots, or wear is extremely rare. Most of these pennies spent years in circulation, being dropped in jars, carried in pockets, and exposed to environmental damage. The small number of survivors in exceptionally high grades makes them far more valuable than average examples found in circulation today. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1971 D penny is the wide range of mint errors that were produced that year. Because of the fast-paced production environment, the mint occasionally produced pennies with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, and other dramatic errors. These unusual pieces instantly catch the eye because they break the familiar shape and design of the Lincoln cent, making them highly desirable among error coin enthusiasts. Among the most sought-after errors on the 1971 D penny are double dies, where parts of the design appear doubled due to misalignment during the die creation process. A strong doubled die can dramatically increase the value of the coin, as the shadow-like appearance of the numbers, letters, or details makes the coin visually distinct and extremely collectible. Doubled dies remain one of the most exciting discoveries collectors hope to make. Another type of mint error collectors search for involves die cracks, die chips, and cuts. These errors occur when minting dies begin to wear out or break apart during heavy use, leaving raised lines, blobs of metal, or missing sections on the coin's surface. These features are unique to each coin, essentially making every error a one-of-a-kind piece of minting history. The more dramatic the crack or chip, the more appealing the coin becomes. Collectors are also fascinated by the coin's copper composition because copper ages beautifully and uniquely. Some coins tone into deep reds, golden browns, or even hints of blue and purple depending on how they were stored. Attractive toning can significantly increase a coin's value, especially when the color enhances the beauty of the design rather than dulling it. A 1971 D penny with eye-catching natural toning is always a treasure to behold, The reverse design featuring the Lincoln Memorial has its own challenges when it comes to grading. The tiny columns of the memorial are difficult to strike perfectly, and many coins show flat or blurry details. When a coin from this year displays crisp architectural lines, sharp lettering, and clear details, it immediately stands out as a superior example. This attention to detail is essential when identifying the finest 1971 pennies, because so many of these coins were minted, low-grade, and circulated examples remain extremely common. However, this abundance makes true high-grade survivors even more rare and valuable. When billions of coins exist, the percentage that remains in perfect condition is tiny, and collectors know that finding such a coin after decades is like uncovering a hidden relic from the past. This rarity is what drives the value of exceptional pieces upward. Roll searching has become a popular activity among collectors looking for hidden treasures, and the 1971 penny is one of the exciting coins people hope to find. Old rolls stored in drawers, basements, or garages may still contain untouched pennies from the early 1970s, and the thrill of opening a roll and discovering a mint state or error coin keeps collectors excited and motivated. Every roll is a potential gold mine waiting to be opened. Another appealing aspect of the 1971 penny is the strong interest among collectors of Lincoln Cent series. The Lincoln Cent is one of the longest-running and most beloved coin designs in American history, and collectors love to build complete date and mint mark sets. The 1971 penny holds an important place in the series, especially when found with extraordinary characteristics or rare errors that set it apart. The Denver mint mark itself is an area collectors often study closely. While the mint mark is small, its shape and clarity can vary slightly depending on die wear and usage. Sometimes faint or unusually shaped mint marks may appear, and while not always valuable, they draw attention from specialists who love studying minor variations that add depth to the hobby. Every detail tells a story and contributes to the coin's uniqueness. Many collectors also seek out professionally graded examples of the 1971 penny to ensure authenticity and confirm condition. High-grade certified coins from this year are scarce, and top examples, those graded higher than any others, can become true collector trophies. These certified gems often command impressive prices at auctions due to their undeniable rarity and exceptional eye appeal. The history of the early 1970s adds another fascinating element to this coin. The United States was experiencing cultural transformations, political shifts, and economic challenges. Coins minted during this era carry the story of America navigating a period of significant change, making them more than just currency. They are time capsules of an evolving nation. The 1971 penny is a small but meaningful reminder of that era. As the years pass, more 1971 pennies suffer from corrosion, damage, or loss, especially as copper coins face harsher storage conditions in modern environments. This natural decline means that the number of surviving high-quality examples will continue to get smaller, increasing their rarity and desirability. Collectors understand that preserving these coins today is essential to protect their historical and monetary significance. The beauty of coin collecting lies in the constant possibility of discovery. And the 1971 penny embodies that spirit perfectly. Every time a collector sorts through old coins, there's a chance of finding something extraordinary, a rare error, a high-grade specimen, or a perfectly preserved gem that has somehow survived the passage of time. This excitement is what keeps collectors deeply connected to the hobby. For many enthusiasts, the 1971 penny represents the charm of classic copper cents, the nostalgia of earlier decades, and the thrill of chasing rare varieties. It is a coin that rewards careful examination, thoughtful research, and persistent searching. Whether found in a coin jar, inherited collection, or old bank roll, the 1971 penny has the potential to surprise even the most experienced collector, and now we arrive at the moment collectors wait for most: the remarkable truth about just how valuable the finest examples can be. A truly exceptional United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 1971 with the Denver mint mark, preserved in extraordinary mint state condition and displaying highly desirable features, has reached an impressive value of $88,000.